Congrats, Dead Orbit, you won the faction rally. How? I have no idea. I guess people really like black and white shaders and hate the idea of defending Earth. Whatever. The point is, we got a new scout rifle out of it, the Haunted Earth. So, should you bother buying it? My first impression is, no. Now, if you were a part of Dead Orbit, you can just grab it for 1,000 glimmer and play with it yourself. This video isn't really for you. A quick look at the perks of the weapon shows some promise: high caliber rounds, easy to read sights, and field prep, which gives you more reserve ammo, and crouching improves reload speed. And yes, crouching does actually improve reload speed to a noticeable degree. Does not compute is probably the easiest thing to compare to this. I know that there are some others, but this is probably the most acceptable. They drop pretty frequently. So I messed around with it in the raid a little bit and some other activities to try them both out. I'm just going to keep this brief. After playing with the two for a little while, I didn't really notice the hugest of differences between the two, although the raid isn't exactly the best place for a high-impact scout rifle. There are definitely some subtleties to both. Does not compute doesn't feel as bouncy with its recoil, it feels a little bit tighter. And I did like the feel of Does Not Compute a little bit more, but Haunted Earth had a decent rhythm to it for max rate of fire usage. They're not the most popular variety of scout rifle right now, especially with Mida ruling the PvP side of things and Nameless Midnight and Call to Serve being dominant on the PvE side. Not only that, but in order to really take advantage of the perk, you need to train yourself to be crouching a lot more, and for me, that's going to be a hard no. I don't typically crouch that much in PvE when I'm firing, so it's going to take a lot of muscle memory to train myself to crouch every time that I want to reload. As far as the whole optimal DPS thing goes and how efficient it is compared to other scout rifles, if you want to know about that, you do get some leeway with it when killing certain stuff, but for example, Nameless Midnight kills a Raid Cabal Legionnaire in 3 headshots. The high impact scouts, also 3 headshots, at least while I was alone in the raid. The high impact scouts can maybe kill larger health pool enemies in 1 or 2 fewer shots, but it's still on average going to take you about the same amount of time to kill them. High impact scouts can't even kill a Thrall in the Nightfall in 1 shot. It still takes 2. For a lot of the low tier enemies, you're basically looking at the same amount of shots to kill, so point goes to Nameless Midnight and company for that, in my opinion. It is a 4-shot headshot kill in PvP, which is good, and it does have high caliber rounds, also good. They are all the rage right now, them high caliber rounds, but I didn't find the gun very appealing. I was just using it, I was getting blasted by Mida and just thinking, why aren't I using Mida, or just something else? I also do think that high caliber rounds are going to get nerfed eventually for PvP, so that benefit may potentially go away. Not to mention that while using the End, the Trial Scout, I too can 4-shot headshot kill players who have low resilience stats, although that's not really the most fair comparison to make. That being said, I haven't really seen high impact scouts being used that often in PvP, and typically speaking, a weapon's popularity often correlates with its strength. So yeah, overall, if you have a high impact scout that you already like using, I would say you could probably keep using it, and otherwise I don't think you need this weapon in your arsenal at this time. High impact scouts are a little weak right now. I don't think it's enough damage to be worth the slot, and although it's nice to have a long distance option for Prestige and regular Nightfall, if you already have something that you like, if you already have Nameless Midnight or Call to Serve, and you like them, stick with those. I don't think the weapon is terrible or anything. I know some people like it. They like that extra ammo boost. They like the scope on it. They like high caliber rounds. It's not like it's bad, but if you're someone who has to think twice about spending 50,000 glimmer on it, I'd say that you can reasonably pass on this scout rifle. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.